Recapping the 2014 Luther College football season with offensive coordinator Peyton Haynes. And Coach, big win Saturday. Down 14, 11 minutes to go. Your team just kicked it into gear, scored 21 points in that fourth quarter. What clicked at that time for your squad?
I think it was just knowing that if we continued doing what we were doing the entire game, we weren't going to have any issues coming back. As we kind of look into our players' eyes and see what's going on, you could see that they were still very focused on just executing our game plan more than anything else. Our defense had played great all game. I think we only gave up maybe a little over 200 yards for the game against Simpson, and then our offense gave up a couple points early, but we knew that if we continued doing what we were doing throughout the entire game, that we could easily come back in this fourth quarter and just continue with the process. I was going to run the football, and it's been working out for us to continue on that track.
And when you think about the comeback trail in that game, it was really all facets that helped you out. Special teams stepped up, defense stepped up with that key turnover, and obviously the offense kicked into gear too.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it was a fully rounded game. I mean, we talked about it all year. If our defense gets off the field on third down, I think they held maybe 1 for 6 on third downs on Saturday, and if our offense converts third downs. So we were doing that pretty much all game, and then, like you said, defense got the big fumble. Special teams, we just continued to do that with getting them backed up on a celebration penalty and then getting a decent kickoff, and then from there, our offense just continue to get drives and continue to convert third downs to help us out get those 21 points late in the game.
We talked about it with Coach Hafner last week, the key of leaving the season with a good taste in your mouth. Obviously, that was key on Saturday, and how you did it probably added to the good taste, right?
Yeah, it didn't hurt by any means. It was big for our seniors more than anything else. I mean, these kids that whenever we came in really bought into our system, and it was good to send them out on a positive note because of how hard they've worked during the season, in the off season, and also just continue to show our younger kids more than anything else what it's going to take to get this program over the next few years over the top to figure like where we want to get to in our conference and be able to compete for conference championships.
From a win perspective, you went from 2 to 5 this year. What's the next step for this program?
That will continue to develop to see obviously get a good recruiting class in this next year, continue to develop the kids we brought in over the past couple of years to really feel like that we can start competing for the higher levels in our conference. Like you said, going from 2 wins to 5 wins this year, obviously you want to continue to build on that. If you look at just moving into the next few years to start winning more conference games, obviously the non-conference that you have every year sets you up for your conference, but you want to make sure that obviously being in the Iowa Conference is very competitive to start winning 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 games in the Iowa Conference to really put ourselves on the map.
And when you look at where you are with the kids you got coming back, how much better collectively are you as a team than you were in August, than you were a year ago at this time?
I would say we're major strides and bounds from where we were at that point. Our younger kids got a lot of good quality playing time this year. If it was either on special teams, some freshmen or sophomores are starting for us, and then also a lot of kids were backups that saw playing time throughout the season due to injury or just personnel changes that we were doing throughout the game. So having that experience going into the off season, being able to hit in the weight room into a short spring ball season, and then having those kids just develop and mature. Obviously, going from 17 to 18 to 18 to 19-year-old kids, your body's going to develop more, and then also the mental side of things, everything slows down, and having that year underneath their belt will give a tremendous help for them going into the future of our program.
And when does work start for 2015?
We're going to give our kids kind of this up to Thanksgiving off. Obviously, we had a pretty rough season this year. The injuries have pushed our kids pretty hard in all facets of things. So after Thanksgiving, we'll come back and hit the ground running pretty hard with our off-season program with Coach Hammerly. And then from there, obviously, into spring ball once we get back from Christmas break as well.
All right, Coach, congrats on ending the season on a good note on Saturday. Yep. Here's to the next step with Luther College football.
Awesome. Thank you.
Peyton Haynes talking Luther College football.